Time. It's the one thing that we all experience, but the one thing we can never truly stop, rewind, or skip forward. But what if we could? What if time travel was more than just science fiction? In today's video, we're going to explore the possibilities and theories behind time travel. Is it possible? And what would it take to travel through time? Time travel has been a staple of science fiction for decades. From Doctor Who to Back to the Future, we've all imagined what it would be like to visit the past or the future. But is there any real scientific basis behind these fictional journeys? Let's start with the basics. In its simplest form, time travel is the concept of moving between different points in time, much like we move through space. But how would that work? And more importantly, is it even possible? To answer that, we need to dive into some mind-bending science. First, we need to understand how time works. According to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, time isn't just a constant. In fact, time is actually a part of what we call space-time, a four-dimensional fabric that combines the three dimensions of space with the dimension of time. Einstein's special theory of relativity tells us that time can slow down or speed up depending on how fast you're moving or how close you are to a massive object. This is known as time dilation. The faster you move, the slower time passes for you compared to someone who's stationary. So technically, if you could travel at the speed of light, time would slow down drastically for you, while it would continue at a normal pace for everyone else. Let's put this into perspective. Imagine you're on a spaceship, traveling at near the speed of light. After a year in space, you return to Earth and discover that decades have passed. That's time dilation in action. So in a sense, you would have traveled forward in time. But this isn't quite the kind of time travel we usually think about, where you jump into the past or future instantly. Now, there's another theory that's even more exciting: wormholes. Wormholes are theoretical passages through space-time that could connect two distant points in the universe. If such wormholes exist, they could potentially act as shortcuts through time and space. The idea is that you could enter one end of the wormhole, travel through it, and emerge at another point in time or space. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? And it kind of is. But according to physicists, wormholes are possible in theory, though they haven't been proven to exist. The tricky part is that to keep a wormhole open long enough for something, or someone, to travel through it, you'd need something called exotic matter, a form of matter that has negative energy. Unfortunately, no one knows how to create or even find exotic matter. Another fascinating idea comes from black holes. These cosmic giants have immense gravitational pull, so strong that not even light can escape. Some scientists believe that if you could survive the intense gravity of a black hole and pass through its event horizon, you could potentially emerge in a different point in time. While this sounds thrilling, it's incredibly dangerous. The gravity near a black hole is so intense that it would stretch you out like spaghetti, a phenomenon called spaghettification. Not exactly the kind of time travel anyone wants to experience. Of course, time travel isn't without its complications. One of the biggest challenges is the idea of paradoxes. One of the most famous is the grandfather paradox. If you went back in time and accidentally prevented your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, you'd never be born. So how could you go back in time to prevent that in the first place? This paradox raises a lot of questions about the nature of time and causality. Could altering the past create an alternate timeline, or would the universe prevent any changes to maintain consistency? Some theories suggest that if time travel were possible, we might not be able to change the past at all, as time would correct itself in some way. Then there's quantum mechanics, which has its own take on time. Some scientists speculate that the strange rules of quantum physics might allow for events to be influenced by past or future occurrences. But we're still a long way from fully understanding how this could relate to time travel on a larger scale. So, is time travel possible? The short answer is maybe. While there's no definitive proof that we can travel through time, the theories are intriguing. Time dilation, wormholes, black holes. All of these concepts suggest that time travel, at least in some form, might be possible. But for now, it's still in the realm of speculation and theoretical physics. Maybe one day, we'll figure out how to make time travel a reality. But until then, we'll just have to keep dreaming. What do you think? Would you want to travel through time if you could?